little bit of history on the Afro. So you've probably heard the story of Black women, African women, being made to cover their hair back in the 18th century. Now I know you probably don't connect yourself to the continent, the motherland, but for those of us who do, I bet you heard that the reason Black women were made to cover their hair is because the hair looked unkept, dirty, unprofessional. You probably heard that, right? Well, if you did, let me tell you that it was a bold-faced lie. The reason Black women were made to cover their hair is because white women complained, cried, whined about the Afro hair, the big, beautiful Afro hair that they cannot obtain naturally, the hair that looks like a gorgeous treetop. They believed that this Afro hair was drawing their men, the hair that was able to put flowers from the earth and stones and pearls and all the things, right? The Black women who were not slaves that were walking around adorning their afro, they were spiteful and deceitful about this. So a law was passed where Black women then had to cover their hair like the slave, right? So then, once this happened, fast forward a little bit more to the statue Aphrodite. I will not call her the G word, but the pasty Greek statue Aphrodite is named after the Afro. Bet you never heard that, huh? It said that she's named after, she's from sea foam and even the seamen and all these other things. But the truth is, she is named after the Afro because that is not her original name, was not Aphrodite. She had a few other names, Milo and Phoenicia or whatever, you know. But because they felt, she was the fertility pasty statue, right? So then they started calling her the God. See, I almost said it. The pasty statue of love and sensuality, what they believed that the Afro was doing and was, but what they believed the Afro was doing. So, and this is where you get the word aphrodisiac, the food, which means the Afro from the Afro hair from the woman. And then desiac is a word that was derived from, what is it, desis, which means to draw, to desire. And that is where the words came from, aphrodisiac and Aphrodite. So never let anyone allow you to believe that the reason the afro was covered because it was not beautiful, because it looked dirty and unkept. This is not about telling you that you have to wear afro. This is just about knowing your history. This is about white women crying and whining about their European men and Spaniard men and Latino men, which came from Europe, passed down to them, being drawn to these women with this big, beautiful bushel of hair. Okay. And so this is why they started, one of the reasons why they started curling their hair to try to make it achieve this bouffant look. Okay. So yeah, I just wanted to give you that, a little bit of history on the Afro hair. Whether you wear it, you don't wear it, that's not the issue. And that's all I wanted to say. All right, I'm out. Bye.